I'm Jack, or 808 by Jack, and this is how I prepare for my tattoo session. So I usually get to the studio around 8 a.m. where I start finalizing the design. Usually I'll open the client's request the night before, and this is the most important part where I visualize what I'm going to do. That's the hardest part for me. Putting it together, that's pretty easy, but visualizing it, that's the important part. So in the morning, I then come in, finalize the design, and get that ready when I can. Actually, a lot of times, if the client's request isn't clear, I like figuring out with the client when they come in, and that really adds a lot of clarity and helps us figure it out pretty quickly. Then I get to setting up. It's so important for me to set up my station before the client arrives because I try to be as efficient as possible because I want to get to the most important thing, which is tattooing as quick as possible. Then once I'm done setting up, I'll do some work, running a tattoo shop. There's always stuff to do. I look to make the studio better in every way I can. So I'll use a little extra time in the morning to do that. Then make my coffee, of course. I usually try to have just 1 cup, sometimes ends up being 2 or 3. Then once the client's in, they get the waiver done, we talk about design, then we get straight to the process. So this piece is a freehand dragon wrapped around. So last session, I drew it all on and ghost lined all the remaining stuff. So here, I'm just drawing in the remaining flow. And when I'm drawing, I really try to figure out how I can flow it with the arm. As you can see, this flow goes up, where it's then going to flow into the inner bicep. And flow is so important in these pieces, so I really try to dial that in. And then once we get to drawing, after that, we get to the tattooing, which is the most important part. So here, how I kind of had it was I had a ton of ghost lines. So now I'm banging in some bigger, bolder lines. I'm using a 7 to really solidify the piece. So then I'll go in, add shading, add detail. And that's pretty much my process. We'll tattoo for a couple hours, take lunch, get back at it, then take a couple more small breaks. And we really try to make the process as comfortable as possible. And yeah, that's how I prepare for my tattoo session. Cheers.